What's going on, guys? I'm your host from the East Coast, JinderMan94, here to give you guys my WWE SmackDown live review for October 11th, 2016, the fallout of WWE No Mercy. So, let's get into the show. SmackDown kicks off with the new Intercontinental Champion, Dolph Ziggler. He's a 5-time IC champion now, and he addressed the crowd after his huge win over The Miz. He says he risked it all for one last title shot, one last match, and the only way for him to actually, get down deep and pull out whatever was needed to beat The Miz, he had to put his career on the line. He didn't think he was going to be on SmackDown after No Mercy. Thought it was the last time for everything. Last time he'd be able to, game plan for a match, come out, hear his music, walk down the ramp and all of that, and perform in front of the crowd. He realized that No Mercy, he was the only person who stood in his way, and it didn't matter who The Miz brought to help him out, he was going to still become IC champion, and he did it. Of course, The Miz came out with Maurice, and they're dressed like there's a funeral happening, and that's exactly how they portrayed it. They had on, all black suit. Maurice had on an all black dress. They get in the ring, and then they have like their hands together and their heads bowed, like they're just paying tribute to something. And Dolph's like, "Are you guys gonna say something?" And The Miz is just like, "Shh, it's a funeral. They're here to mourn the death of the Intercontinental Championship." I'm like, okay, so it is something like a funeral. He says Sunday a title wasn't just lost. 188 days, he brought prestige back to the title, and all of that's gone. And making it the most prestigious title on SmackDown Live is also gone. His victory over The Miz is a funeral for the legacy of the title based on the mediocrity of Dolph's career, but it's not going to be the end of the story. It's just Act 2. Here's where the hero has to reevaluate himself so he can get the girl and the gold. He said he already has the girl and he's going to get the gold back. So Ziggler was like, "Man, that's a loud speech you said there," and he's glad The Miz was out there. And then he rolled the video package of The Miz crying after he lost the title. He's like, "Dude, were you crying? And are you about to cry now?" He was like, "It's not funny. All the hard work that he did, all the prestigious things that he put into the IC Championship to make it relevant again has been ripped away from him. And he takes it seriously. It's not a game. And he'll do even more than what he did to try to keep the title, to get the title back." And then he brings out the Spirit Squad again. And they say that Dolph has to face him in a handicap match. They did some rhyme, but I don't remember it. So Dolph Ziggler had to face Mickey and Kenny Dystra of the Spirit Squad in a handicap match, 1-on-2. They tried to, of course, double team Ziggler the whole match, and he didn't really have any type of help because it was a handicap match. But he did catch Kenny Dystra slipping with a super kick and picked up the win. But they were like destroying him for majority of the match. But I figured they weren't going to have him lose. So, of course, after the match, Miz was sitting outside. He wasn't on commentary, but he was right next to the announce table. So he got in the ring, and him and the Spirit Squad started teaming up on Dolph. And then Heath Slater and Rhino came out to save him. They made the save so that, the double team wouldn't be, going on for too long. And they ran away the Spirit Squad and the Miz. So I guess they're going to be involved in this rivalry now, or they're about to have a match with the Spirit Squad. I don't know. I didn't even think the Spirit Squad thing was going to last as long as it did, but I guess it is. After that, we had a segment backstage, Daniel Bryan and Shane talking about the state of Survivor Series because it's coming up, and they want to one-up Raw's Hell in a Cell announcements. So they challenged Raw, actually. They said, your 5 best single superstars versus our 5 best single superstars, male, in a traditional Survivor Series match. Then they said a 5-team on 5-team match. That sounds like it's going to be like 20 people in this match. Teddy Long's dream match. And then they also made a 5-on-5 women's traditional Survivor Series elimination match. This could elevate talents who don't usually get the shine that they deserve. And I'm very excited to see who's going to be on, what teams. But this could make certain teams, certain people, certain women look strong. And I'm excited. Hopefully, which I know they are, hopefully Raw accepts the challenge, but I'm pretty sure they will. And Survivor Series is going to be a great pay-per-view from what it's shaping up to be right now. But Raw has to go through Hell in a Cell first, and then I think we get Survivor Series. So we'll see. They still got time to game plan and pick whatever superstars they're going to have on whatever team, and it's going to be a joint pay-per-view. So yeah, that'll be cool. So I guess earlier in the night, before SmackDown had happened or whatever, Carmella attacked Nikki Bella again and said one day her career is going to fall just like she's on the ground right now. She's mad because Nikki Bella got her comeuppance at No Mercy, and Carmella still wants to drag her down and still wants to make a name for herself. Nikki Bella defeated her after all the times Carmella got one up on her and kept attacking her and everything, but Nikki Bella won the match. But Carmella isn't done with Nikki Bella yet. She's going to keep coming after her. And she had a match next with Naomi. And, you know, Carmella just continuing this mean streak that I love that she has during Naomi's entrance, which it goes on for a minute. She attacked her once she got into the ring. And I thought that was great because, like I said, this mean streak that she's developed, it just works for her character. She's actually shown that she can be a badass and she can actually make a wave in the women's division. So that's exactly what she did. She went after another top women's superstar who could, you know, potentially be women's champion one day. And it fits her. This heel persona that she has, her promos have gotten way better, her in-ring work has gotten way better, and it just all works and it all comes together so nicely. Got Naomi coming off her big win against Alexa Bliss, who's the #1 contender for the women's championship at No Mercy. I'm thinking, like, shouldn't Naomi get a shot at the women's championship then? Since she beat the #1 contender, you would think that she would eventually get... No, we're not going... Okay. Well, so Alexa was watching the match, you know, the whole time. She's waiting for Becky Lynch to come back. They're going to have their title match on a house show in, I think, Scotland in November. So I guess Becky's only going to be out a month, which is good news. But why are you putting this match on a house show? I actually want to see it. Which means Becky probably isn't going to drop her title. I didn't think she would anyway, but still, I want to see this match on a SmackDown. This would be a nice match. It can main event a SmackDown. But yeah, you know, this match was good. The women's division on SmackDown means a whole lot more. All the storylines that they have, all the different things that they do that isn't exactly centered on the women's championship at all times, but they can go off and have their own separate storylines and all this good stuff. So during the match, Nikki Bella came out and was trying to go after Carmella. She had the referees, you know, trailing behind her so that chaos wouldn't ensue. And Carmella got distracted and Naomi rolled her up and got the victory. And then Carmella ran away from Nikki Bella after that and got the hell up out of there. She ain't want no more Nikki Bella. She wants to sneak attack her, but she doesn't want to go against her, you know, face to face. So Naomi picked up another win. So she's been on a nice little win streak. So I'm wondering when she's going to start petitioning for her to get a women's championship match. Who knows? So backstage, Alexa was talking to one of the interviewers, and, you know, she was pretty much saying she can beat anybody any day of the week. And then I think Daniel Bryan set up a match with her and either Nikki Bella or Naomi. I forgot which one he said, but she's going to have a match with one of them next week. I think it was Naomi, though. Not too sure. After that, we had Jimmy Uso versus Chad Gable. Last week, it was Jey Uso versus Jason Jordan. And, yeah, the Usos are still on their mean streak. Speaking of mean streaks, they've been on a roll lately trying to injure their opponents, and they've had this rivalry with American Alpha since the Tag Team Championship tournament. Jimmy Uso trying to use his size because, you know, Chad Gable's a little undersized, but he's got heart. The kid definitely has heart. He has very good in-ring skills, so he tried to turn it into a wrestling match while the Uso was trying to turn it into a brawl and trying to destroy, you know, ligaments again like he did before. But Gable's a freaking beast, man. Pure wrestler. So, you know, he was going to turn into a wrestling match with the holds and the locks and all these other things that he was doing. It was just great. And then Jimmy Uso went for the roll-up pin after he countered Gable. And then Jey Uso from the outside hopped onto the apron and used his feet to give Jimmy Uso more leverage on the roll-up to pick up the victory. And they got so much heat because it was just the most weirdest way to help out your tag team partner win the match. And the crowd was, you know, booing them, of course. They're just getting good heat. Good legit heat from the crowd, and they're doing such a good job as their heel personas. I don't think they've been heel since they first started on Raw back in the day. This was a couple years ago when they was with Tamina. But yeah, they still another victory away from American Alpha, and it seems like they've had their numbers late, so we'll see where this rivalry goes as well. So we had the Hype Bros backstage, and they were just talking about going after the tag team championships and staying focused. Then the Ascension approached them, look at them, don't say anything, and walk away. This is the Ascension that I like. They looked at him, looked like they were legit about to kill them, and then was like, nah, not yet, and just walked away from them. After this, we had AJ Styles' victory speech. Of course, he came out, said the champ is here because he beat Dean Ambrose and John Cena at the same time, the same match. That's not just great, it's phenomenal. It's only one room on the bandwagon, so don't cheer for him and go cheer for John Cena. Oh, wait, you can't because he's leaving. He's trying to be guest hosting all these TV shows. Well, you could go cheer for Dean Ambrose, but who really wants to cheer for him? Then he calls them pathetic losers. I was like, all right, now back to me. Still said, he beat him at the same time. He kept saying it. A winner finds a way to win, and that's exactly what he did. Kept driving the point home that he beat Dean Ambrose and John Cena at the same time. Said most champs will take time off, but not him. He's going to give someone an opportunity, someone of main event status, and that's when Dean Ambrose comes out. AJ's like, oh God, I wasn't referring to you. So of course he come out. He's like, I made you tap out at No Mercy, so I'm not done with you yet. And he was like, you belong to me. Nobody is jumping from my point in the line. I'm at the top right now. Nobody on the roster is about to jump over me to get a shot at you. AJ was like, that's good, because this guy isn't on the roster. And then James Ellsworth comes out. The boy chinless wonder, James Ellsworth. Oh my God. This man came out. No entrance music. Still like he's just shocked to be there. He gets in the ring. He goes, stands right by AJ. AJ puts his arm around him. He's just like, poor James here was my tag team partner a few weeks ago. And The Miz beat the crap out of him, didn't he? And James was like, yep, he sure did. And he was like, so I'm going to give him an opportunity to face the champ, face me. It's going to be a non-title match, of course. And then he's just psyched up. Yes, I get to face the champion. Sweet. But he tells Dean he has to leave. And Dean was like, you know what, that's fine. I want to see the match anyway, so I'm going to go stand outside the ring and watch it. And he even put over James Ellsworth's catchphrase, any man with two hands has a fighting chance. So he was just like, yeah, I want to watch this match. And he was like, no, I know what you're trying to do. You're not, no. Go in the back and do other things, whatever. This has no concern of you. Go do whatever. You're not about to help him win. And then that's when Daniel Bryan came out and says AJ may be the champ that runs the camp, the face that runs the place, but he's the guy who runs SmackDown Live. And he's also a huge James Ellsworth guy. And he, of course, James Ellsworth, popped for that in the ring. He's just like a kid in a candy store. And he said, AJ's right, Dean, you won't be ringside, and the match will still happen. But, Dean, you'll be the special guest referee. So Dean takes the special guest referee duties. He takes the referee's shirt that was in the ring, just took his shirt off of him and just put it on. And he goes through all the things that refs normally do. And he's literally making AJ's life a living hell like he told him he was going to do. He said it, you don't want to be my enemy. I'm going to make your life a living hell. And that's exactly what he did in this match. Oh my goodness. Before the match even got started, he's just checking AJ's boots, all his gear, making him do ridiculous things to make sure he doesn't have anything. Just throwing him through the ringer. It was a good 5 minutes before they even touched in the ring. He was just checking him, making him do stupid stuff. Then the match finally got started. Dean kept interrupting him, walking in front of him as they were trying to do the collar and elbow tie-ups, and it was just hilarious, man. This whole match, this whole segment was just great. It was just like, Dean is doing exactly what he said he was going to do, and that brings legitimacy to his character, and that's what I like. He said he was going to do something, and he's doing it. You want to be my enemy? You want to get in my way, so I'm going to make your life a living hell. You took my title away from me, now I'm going to make you suffer, just like he made Seth Rollins suffer a couple years ago when they were doing their rivalry. So he's doing exactly what he says he is. But the match eventually got, started. AJ's killing this guy, of course. But James eventually got a punch in, and it took AJ by surprise. He was like, I'm going to kill you. And then James Ellsworth he got out of the ring and started running away. And he was just chasing him out the ring and chased him back in. And then as AJ's getting back inside the ring, Dean Ambrose trips him. He was just doing little things all throughout the match to piss off AJ. AJ got up like, dude, what are you doing? Also, Danny Bryan said that AJ couldn't touch Dean because he's a referee. So if he touched him, he would be fined and most likely suspended. So he couldn't do anything about it for the whole match, and it was just incredibly funny. Dean got on the cell phone while AJ put James in the calf crusher, and he was tapping out. But Dean was just on the phone talking like he wasn't paying no attention. There was this fan outside. He was just talking to her, trying to, chop it up with her, trying to take a selfie, eating popcorn, chatting it up with the fans. Like, he was no-selling AJ this whole match as he was trying to win. AJ hit a Styles Clash, which James Ellsworth took all wrong. I think he tucked his chin and landed on his head, which is very bad. I hope he's all right. It seemed like he was, but that could have been bad. He could have probably broke his neck off of that. And then he, went for the pin after he hit the Styles Clash. Dean counted and stopped at 2, picked up AJ, hit the Dirty Deeds on him, put James Ellsworth over AJ Styles, and he almost got the pin, but AJ kicked out. And then, Dean went outside, drank some pop or something from this collector's cup that was ringside. Got back in the ring like he had to, get some more juice, some more energy. Hit AJ with another Dirty Deeds, and AJ Styles got pinned by James Ellsworth with the help of Dean Ambrose. But it will go down in the history books that James Ellsworth beat AJ Styles. And I'm just dying laughing. This was hilarious. What better way to piss AJ Styles off than by having him lose to a guy that's not even on the roster? And this doesn't hurt AJ, by the way. This doesn't hurt him at all. Because, Dean was the forefront of why this happened. It wasn't like AJ lost clean to him or something. Dean is the sole reason why AJ Styles lost this match. And oh my gosh, Dean's character is getting much, much better. His promos have been great. And then this, just on top of it, his charisma is just definitely showing. It kind of reminds you of Stone Cold a little bit. I remember Stone Cold challenged him to become even more better than in what he was, even, when he was WWE champion. So he's doing these things that are just very, very entertaining. And he's bringing legitimacy to his character, as I said. So this was great. After the match, and they came back. AJ ran into Shane and Daniel Bryan's office. He was pissed. He was yelling at Daniel like, "What? How could you allow this to happen? You're such an idiot." And Shane was like, "Hold on. Don't talk to him like that. Don't come in here demanding stuff. You wanted the match. You should blame yourself. Don't come blaming us because you wanted to make this match. And we tweaked it a little bit, but that's your fault. You shouldn't have even asked for the match to begin with. So just blame yourself." AJ was like, "Well, looks like I got to take things into my own hands." We had Randy Orton talking to Kane before their match with Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. Randy said he's tired of playing Bray Wyatt's game. He wants to take Bray into Randy's, his land where the voices talk to him. There's no games. There's just pain, agony, and chaos. The voices are begging him to stop, but he doesn't listen. There's no way out. And he asks if Kane wants to come along for the ride. Kane says, yeah, he's in. And then he tells Randy he has issues. And I'm like, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? The Demon Kane tells Randy Orton he has issues. There's something wrong. But that was a nice segment they did there. And then we had the main event match, which was Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper versus Kane and Randy Orton. Now, Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper came out before the match, and Luke Harper said, he's seen the light, and he finally, stepped out of it, and the world's crazy place, all this good stuff. Bray Wyatt was saying, there's a black hole that consumes everything in it, but out steps the creatures and the gods, so bring on your monster so you both can be pummeled into a deep abyss. I don't really know what Bray be talking about, but it sounds like it's legit, so I'm going to just go with it, okay? I'm going to just go with it. So the match started off physical, and it was a good match. It was definitely enjoyable. Kane and, Luke Harper going after each other, two tall monsters, two giants who don't mind throwing punches at each other and, being very, very physical with each other. The match picked up a little bit when Randy and Bray got in there. Randy started taking control, throwing them outside the ring into barricades and steel steps and just going crazy on him. He was mad. He lost at No Mercy. He was tired of playing his game. He wanted to take him to, I guess, Viperville, which he finally stopped saying that. There's no more Viperville, but he's been on the prowl for Bray for a very long time. And being screwed over on Sunday made him even hungrier to get his hands back on Bray again. So The voices are trying to control him, and he ignores them or whatever he does. But yeah, he was killing Bray. But then Harper helped Bray take control of the match, and then they were setting up for the hot tag, and Randy was right there at Kane and went for the tag, and then the whole Wyatt scene cut thing happened, and then when the lights came back on, Luke Harper was on Randy Orton's apron. There was no Kane. Kane disappeared. Kane gone. He died. I don't know where he went. He took the first, flight back to hell or whatever he did. But Kane was gone. So Randy got up, like, where's my partner at? Turned around and got Sister Abigail'd, and Bray Wyatt pinned Randy Orton again. And they were able to pick up the win. Bray Wyatt's games continue, and he gets the best of Randy Orton. This was good. I liked what they did here. It wasn't just a regular tag team match. They actually added, some story to it. And just as Randy thought, he had some good help and he was going to finally overcome Bray Wyatt, he didn't. They played the mind games, they took away his partner, and he lost. So this gives Randy something to build off of. This gives him an obstacle to overcome, which is, storyline building. So he has a reason to go after Bray Wyatt. He's got to go dig down deeper and deeper, more than he's ever done before, to, overcome this obstacle that is Bray Wyatt, and that is Luke Harper. Good thing Eric Rowan isn't back, or, not saying good that he's injured, but good thing he's not there to help out, because this would be much, much worse for Randy Orton. But, this is how, Randy doesn't need to get over, but it's bringing legitimacy back to Bray, because he's never really got the upper advantage on anybody. And it's about time it happened. And Randy doesn't even have to eventually get the upper hand. He just has to keep throwing everything he has at Bray until he finally gives up. And that'll help Bray Wyatt out a lot. So, yeah. Kane was completely gone. Didn't see him. Don't know where he went. Hope he's having fun with whatever he's doing. And that was the end of SmackDown. Another solid show. Definitely just a B show. Nothing incredible happened, but it was definitely just an enjoyable show. I didn't have anything bad to say about this show. They're developing storylines. They're doing the best they can with what they have. And we didn't get Kurt Hawkins. He said he was going to debut on Tuesday, but we didn't even get a promo from him. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I don't really care about him that much. But he did say at No Mercy he was going to be on SmackDown Tuesday, and we didn't even see him not one time. So who knows what's going on with him. I don't know what they're doing. It was a good episode of SmackDown. It kind of went by, and I kind of didn't even notice. But yeah, I enjoyed it. What did you guys think? Did you guys enjoy SmackDown? Was it better than Raw this week? Let me know in the comment section down below which one you preferred to watch, if it was SmackDown or Raw. Slap a like on the video if you enjoyed it. I just did a WWE 2K17 unboxing video earlier today on my channel, so you guys should check that out. Link will be in the description for that if you want to check that out. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.